Hi Year 7s, Mr. Cameron here, and I'm going to be going through some algebra with you. I'm going to start with Introduction to Collecting Like Terms. You're going to get another workbook which will have all of these questions in it. So a number of you are, if you multiply a by a to the power of 1, we add the powers, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, which is a squared. But if we're adding a's, 1 apple plus 1 apple is 2 apples. Banana plus a banana plus a banana is 3 bananas. We're collecting like terms. So I've got 2 cats and 3 dogs. So that's 2 cats plus 3 dogs. So think of them like an object, an item, a person, an animal, if you like. If I've got an apple plus 2 apples, I've got 3 apples. 2 bananas plus 3 bananas is 5 bananas. And 5 carrots minus 2 carrots is 3 carrots. Here I've got to collect like terms. 2 apples plus 3 apples is 5 apples. 4 bananas plus 1 banana is 5 bananas. If I have 6 carrots and I take away 4 carrots, I have a total of 2 carrots. And if I have 2 dogs take away 1 dog, is just 1 dog. But we don't write 1D in algebra, we write D. So we're going to write D. Collecting like terms again. G's on its own, so we can't collect that with anything. But we've got the E's. 3 eggs plus 1 egg is 4 eggs. 2F plus F is 3F. And don't forget the 3G. We can't collect the 3G with anything. Some people say 4E or 3FG. They're separate terms, so you can only collect the eggs, the frogs, the goats together. You don't put them all into one term. Again, 5H take 3H is 2H. 2I is by itself, so we've got plus 2I. And I've got minus 3J's and minus 5J's. Let's think about a number line when you did integers. Minus 3 minus 5. If you've got minus 3 there, that's 0. That's 1, 2, 3. If we've got minus 3 and we're subtracting 5, then we got to go back 5, which is going to be minus 8. But it's not minus 8, it's minus 8J. Now let's look at expanding brackets. When you expand brackets, we need to multiply each term by the term out the front. So you can see there the 2 multiplied by the x and the 2 multiplied by the 1. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 1 is 2. Now we'll multiply the 3 by x and the 3 by 4. That's going to give us 3x, and 3 4s are 12. 5 times a times 5 minus 4. Well, 5 times a is 5a, and 5 times minus 4. 5 times minus 4. Well, a negative times a positive is a negative, okay? Or if they're different signs, it's a negative. So a negative times a positive is also a negative. So that's going to be negative 20. 3b times, so 3 times b is 3b. 3 times minus 2 is, 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. Don't forget the negative sign out the front. Not minus 2 times c minus 2 times 3 is minus, this is minus 2c minus 6. Again, a negative times a positive is a negative, so that's going to be negative 10d. And a negative times a negative. A negative times a negative is positive. If you hate to hate, you love. Think about love as being positive. Okay, if you love to hate, you hate. If you hate to love, you hate. If you love to love, you love. Okay, so minus 5 times minus 3 is, well, it's positive 15. X times 4 is 4x, and x times z, well, we just write in algebra as xz. Okay, and 3 times a is 3a, and 3 times a times minus b is minus ab. 3a minus a times b is ab in algebra. Now this time we've got 2c times 2d. Well, 2 2s are 4, so we always work out the number first. And c times d is cd. 2 3s are 6, and ce. Again, a negative times a positive is a negative. That's going to be negative 6 fg. And a negative times a negative, if you hate to hate, you love, positive. Negative times a negative is a positive. So that's going to be plus 12 fk. All right. Let's simplify where possible these expressions here. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times b is 4b. I've got 3 b's, take away a b is going to be 2b. Minus n times p is just minus np. 12a divided by 3. If I was to do 12a divided by 3 and write it like this, I can divide the top and the bottom by the highest common factor, which is 3. Now 12 goes into, or 3 goes into 12 4 times, so that's going to be 4a. And 3 goes into 3 once, so technically I've got 4a over 1, which we just write as 4a. Okay. 15 carats, take 9 carats is 6 carats. If I was to divide 20 by 2, that's going to give me 10. So that leaves me with 10c. You can't obviously do anything with the c. The c is left behind. 7 hares minus 5 hares is 2 hares. Hares are rabbits, by the way. Plus 3i. 3i is by itself. Oh, no, it's not. 3i take 7i. So that's going to be 3 take 7, or negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. So we've got negative 4i. And the j is by itself, so minus j. T times minus 5 is minus 5t. And 2vx, well, we've got a negative, so put the negative out the front. 2vx. And negative 2v times negative 2y. The negative times a negative is a positive, and we've got 2vy. Introduction to simplifying expressions with division, we're going to have a look at now. So I encourage you to write them as a fraction. 2a divided by 2. Okay, that's equal to, well, the 2's cancel out. 2 divided by 2 is just 1. And we're just left with a. 20a divided by 5. Let's divide top and bottom by 5. And that's going to leave us with 4a over 1, which is just 4a. Anything divided by 1 is just by is itself. 10a divided by 2. 2 goes into 10 5 times, and don't forget the a. 15b divided by 5b. Well, we've got a b on the top, and we've got a b on the bottom, so that's going to cancel out. If I divide through by b, that's going to leave me with 1 and 1. 5 goes into 15 3 times. Oops. 5 goes into 15 3 times. So let's go ahead and work that out to be 3. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Don't forget the c. The d's will cancel out here. 20 divided by 5 is simply 4. Okay, so it might pay to write it as a fraction. Cancel out the d's. 20 goes into 5. 5 goes into 20 4 times. 5 goes into 35 7 times, but don't forget the negative out the front. A negative divided by a positive is a negative result, and we're looking at 7k. Now something, 8f divided by something is equal to 4f. Okay, 4f. Well, that something is 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 8f divided by 2 is 4f. 12h divided by something is equal to 4. Well, we're going to have to cancel out the h's, and that's divided by 3h. 10 goats divided by 5 is 2 goats. Now let's do some multiplying. 2 times an apple is 2 apples. 5 times a banana is 5 bananas. C times D, they're not like terms, so it's just CD. 2 to E times F is 2EF. And 3G times 4H. Work out the numbers first. Okay, work out the numbers first. 3 4s are 12. And then what we're left with is GH. 5 times 6 is 30. T times V is TV. We're almost done. This video is only going to go for about 14 minutes. So hopefully you can start mastering this multiplication, division, addition, collecting like terms. Is minus 2k, minus 8wy. Negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4 with an L in the M. And finally, minus n times minus p. Technically, there's a minus 1. Minus 1n times minus 1p. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. So that's just going to be NP. All right, so hopefully you've been able to collect like terms, add and subtract terms, multiply terms. So we've done some multiplication, we've done some division, we've got some mixed questions where we're expanding brackets as well. And finally, we've got expanding brackets and collecting like terms. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.